Yeah, beautiful morning to you here from Galaxy Television. Of course, this is WhatsApp, and this is where we give you premium entertainment. We give you the best of the best to give you the interesting gist in the entertainment industry. You know, we don't go below standard. We set the pace. We make sure others follow. That is who we are. That's why they call us Galaxy Television. My name is, or maybe Idola. You know, that's how I love being called. And I guess today I will answer some questions about that Idola after this show. Because I know. Yes, welcome to the show. Of course, WhatsApp is a program designed for the Gen Zs, but we say if you're young at heart, this program is for you. It's a program where you learn and you unlearn certain things that has stuck to your head. You understand? Yes, we do movie reviews. We give you the best of the best. And we talk about some shortcomings in some movies that we see. Of course, those producers and directors take it to heart, and it helps for future purposes when they are producing something next, and they always come out better. Of course, we do fashion and lifestyle, where we tell you who wore what and why the person wore what he or she is actually wearing. We also do trendy issues, where we put our eyes into what is going on in our society, entertainment wise. And of course, we do celebrity gist. Yeah, we gossip about some celebrities and what they do. Sometimes they come for us as well. You come for me, we come for you. But then it is the job. Then we of course we have always bring in a game where we bring in a list celebrity guest. Like we have a legend in the studio. You can see that we are all grinning, we are all smiling to the ends of our faces, because yes, we have someone who has been in the industry for over 35 years. So you know what we're saying? We are the best when it comes to entertainment, to bringing in the best guest ever. Yes, I don't have to do this alone, you know. I always come with my guy, my G, my friend, my bodyguard, my bouncer, my puchu, my sherry cocoa, my everything, you know. I come with Orly, and he's with me in the studio. How are you this morning?
I'm good, I'm fine, I'm A-okay this morning. I'm super duper happy and excited to be in the studios this morning. This is actually a very beautiful day, and we're so excited to be in the studios this morning. Trust me when I tell you, today is the 17th day of the month, July 2024, and we're excited to be on the show this morning. I start the show by telling you guys that every day above 6 feet is a good day. Every single day above 6 feet is a very good day. So when you wake up, don't feel entitled that you're woken up and then you're jumping up and down. Get down on your knees first, say prayer to your creator, and then thank him for being alive. That's the best thing to do. Also, on the show today, like she said, we do have a big super duper cats. That's what they call them. Big cats.
Ones, big cat. We caught him.
This one, he's not in the same level as the lion and tiger.
No.
He's one of the biggest carnivorous animals we have. Talking left and right. Anyway, on the show, like always, want to reiterate and tell you guys that Galaxy Television is on the go. So make sure you head on to your iOS store for those who use Android phones, and your Google Play Store for Android users, and download the Galaxy mobile app, where you can watch all exciting programs across the fort. You just have you have WhatsApp, you have Family and Values, you have The Buzz, you have Waiting the Apple Nigeria, you have Women's Corner, and so many beautiful other programs that we have that you can watch and enjoy, because it's exciting. Also, we stream live on Facebook, like right now, X, which is Twitter and Instagram. Just go to search button and type at Galaxy Television Entertainment, and voila, you can get to watch us from anywhere, any gadget, from your offices, your houses, your shrines, your mosques, your churches, anywhere, the mall, anywhere. We can.
Did you add toilet to it?
Yes, I've not added, but you can watch us from the comfort of your toilets. That's how we've made it so simple for you guys. Anyway, they know me as Obina Kenna, but for some of you know me as Orally. They call me the Radio Cabana. You can call me your big size teddy bear. You can also call me Sugar Daddy of Lagos. And this morning we just want to catch fun, because we have someone that we we have been watching.
Yes.
A lot of you are watching. Now we know him up close and personal, but today a lot of you will be meeting him. A lot of you will be knowing him more because it took a lot to bring him. Or maybe he had to jump through 7 mountains,
like rivers,
swam through 7 seas.
Although at some point O'Reilly actually carried me on his shoulders.
Yes, I even killed 3 crocodiles.
Yes, I remember.
So then we use it to do shoe, and the shoe that we use it to do, we say we'll give Mr.
Yes.
It's a brown shoe. I know he likes all those kind of shoe.
Crocodile leather.
Yes, we'll give him.
The mat is like this.
Oh my God!
See, I told you, O'Reilly, I don't know, but you know, I can't do without him. As far as this program is concerned.
Like that.
Yes, I don't have a choice. Yes. Our guest today is someone I love so much. You know, my first stage play was directed by him.
Wow.
This man made me act like an 80 years old man. That he made my hair, that he had to turn my hair gray. Then I had hair.
Oh, you had it that time?
Yes.
That's about 19 years ago.
Now you know, my first performance at National Theatre was through this legend we have in the studio. So when I say I have a legend, when you see or maybe do this on stage left, on stage right, dance stage center, this is where I start. This is the one that actually gave me the first professional tutorial on stage acting. I want to say his name. I want to let the cat out of the bag, or the bag out of the cat, whichever will let him out of the bag after this break. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is the WhatsApp on Galaxy Television, and we are super excited. Like, we are excited in the studio here because we love this person that is with us here. You know, he's a legend. He is in the broadcast industry. He's in the movie industry as an actor and as a director. He is I will call him a UNICEF staff because Chris has been in that place for donkey years, teaching how people should breastfeed, actually. So he has been there for decades, you understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and enemies, frenemies as well, join us to welcome into the studio Sir Chris Awarandu.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
One of my mentors.
And maybe I don't understand. You guys have put me in stitches. It's amazing. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be in Galaxy Television. I've always admired Galaxy Television from afar, actually. That's the truth. And then I'm also glad to be here today, meeting friends. And then it will be okay.
Sir Chris, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm actually good all the time.
Yeah, but you're not aging. You're not aging.
Looking as young.
Yeah, as the day I knew him.
I don't know if you have plans of working till you're 100. So why do you have the age?
Wow, Sir Chris, we are honored to have you in the studio this morning. Like people like this don't come by easily. Sure. So when we have the opportunity of talking to you, we take advantage of it because there are so many people out there who really want to hear you speak, who want to learn. So all those things that you've learned over the years, Sir Chris, today you are going to download all of them. You are going to say them.
I can't wait.
We can't wait. All right, so before we move on, we just want to tell you who Sir Chris Awarandu is. So just as his name is, he is a multi-talented figure in the Nigerian entertainment industry. Known for his diverse contributions, he was born in September 18th, and throughout his career, he has excelled as an actor, director, documentarist, voice-over artist, stage performer, teacher, researcher, and a writer. He has made a significant impact on Nollywood, starring in notable films like Day of Destiny, 2021, Just Us, Love Happened, and many more. He's originally from Aba in Abia State. I think that is Orali's home in Nigeria. Sir Chris Awarandu belongs to the Igbo tribe and follows the Christian faith. Of course, it didn't just end his acting career. Sir Chris Awarandu is a talented actor who has appeared in many Nollywood films alongside well-known actors and actresses like Ruth Kaduri, Uche Montana, Genevieve Edwin, Chelsea Eze, and many, many, many more. And in addition to his acting career, he has also made important contributions as a television and radio broadcaster for 35 years. So, Sir Chris Awarandu began his academic journey at St. Patrick's Secondary School in Emene, Enugu State. I'm becoming an Igbo lady. Driven by his passion for the arts, he enrolled at the University of Jos, where he successfully completed a bachelor's degree in theater and communication from January 1985. Then Orale has not been born, to January 1986. However, his thirst for knowledge continued, leading him to return to the University of Jos to pursue a Master of Arts in International Law and Diplomacy. Wow, which accomplished from January 1991 to January 1993. That was when Orale was born. Additionally, he obtained a certification as a master trainer in breastfeeding and lactation management nutrition from UNICEF, enhancing his skills in that area. Ladies and gentlemen, join us again to welcome Sir Chris Awarandu into the studio.
Thank you.
Yes, what a beautiful profile. Like, did you see the profile already? It's amazing, beautiful people. Sir Chris, how long have you been acting?
I actually effectively started acting when I was 20, officially. Then by the time I got to 26, I was on national television. And then I thought you could do the math.
Yes, okay. So, Sir Chris, many people don't know you. People, like, we always say, some persons just feel that you can just get into the industry by connection. You can just get into broadcasting man no man in Nigeria. People just feel that you got to where you are now, maybe because of the people you know. So can you just briefly take us back to memory lane, how you started and the challenges you had when you were just starting?
As a broadcaster?
Yeah, and as an actor.
Well, you know, in life, first of all, you've got to find out what is your calling. Like, I enjoy both of you, so which means you enjoy what you're doing,
yeah.
Which means you have a calling. I've known Obi, so obviously he's where he's supposed to be. I've known you too,
yeah.
So this is where you're supposed to be. But there are people who jump from place to place because they're unsettled, they don't know who they are. Yeah. I knew who I was, and I am, and I will be. You know, very early in life, it was a divine thing. I had the dream continuously for 3 days. And originally, I went to university to study physiology. There are a lot of things that I didn't put in my CV because I don't want distractions. I've been involved in a whole lot of things within the sciences and the arts, you know. So, and then after that, I just had this vision where I saw myself, you know, in a television station, you know, and then the voice said, I wanted to go and do what I wanted to do. So then I got out. Instead of going into the medical life, physiology is a branch of medicine. I met Peter Tucci at this Peter watch. So then he said, "Oh, I love your voice." I didn't really take full cognizance of it. And then he happened to have known my father. My father is 93 now.
Wow.
So he happened to have known my father. He said they played Tombola together. Ooh. And then I said, oh, great. He said, okay, come in. Took me to his office and then said, okay, we're going to put you in outside broadcaster, like the way you articulate things and all that. So that was the beginning of the journey in broadcasting. So from radio, and then moved on to TV. On TV, then I met a gentleman, he's late now, the man you used to watch as Gringori, James Ron. You know, he just heard me and said, oh, I've been listening to you. I said, oh, thank you, sir. He said, I'd like to act for me. I said, okay, sir. And I was just a 20-year-old boy. And then he said, you see, you're going to play 50-year-old now. You're going to play my friend. As at that time, I think he was 55. So he said, you're going to play my friend. You're going to play a lawyer. And then he gave me the text is Sons and Daughters by J.C. DeGraff, a Ghanaian. Now, one thing interesting about that man, he spoke like a white man. He said, okay, Chris, this is how we're going to do it. You have to get yourself together and prepare this. You follow me? All right. Then he took a swig of his brandy and he said, I like taking my brandy. I said, I don't take alcohol. He said, you're missing a lot of things. So immediately I began to, picture myself as a 50-year-old when I was just 20. And then, of course, the sprinkling of the white hair stuff.
Yeah.
And then after doing it, he came and shook my hand and he said, I told you. And that was the beginning. And then,
wow.
No going back at all. In terms of acting. So when I started from that stage, I then needed to get a degree in the arts now, because let me tell you, knowledge is important, absolutely important. And that's what I keep telling people. Don't assume that illiteracy can make you a billionaire and then make you knowledgeable. Knowledge. You need a whole lot of knowledge to plow the murky waters of life. So I decided to go to university, and then I didn't know what to do. But then, of course, I got to University Theatre, did mass comm, and then I did a postgraduate diploma in television production.
Okay.
And did another postgraduate diploma in television journalism, majoring in reporting. Then I traveled to Salt Lake City. I did postgraduate diploma in broadcasting, and then came back here, and then I was on NTA National Productions. From NTA National Productions, while I was there, I did a master's in international diplomacy. I was so excited about international relations, international law, but international economics. I wanted to know, how do nations really make money? How do nations export things, so on, so. I needed to know a lot about that. So I did international law and diplomacy, and that was when ECOMOG was fighting in Liberia.
Okay.
So I majored in international security, using ECOMOG within the ECOWAS regional arrangement as my case study in my dissertation, and my thesis rather. Then I started a PhD, I didn't mention that, so, and then my PhD is also on international security, but let's leave that, there. So from then on, I've been acting, I've been reading. Then I left Nollywood for 17 years, and then got into the United Nations system, because I met someone who said, "Oh, look, you're a good broadcaster, stuff like that." Then I did a documentary that he actually watched, and it was on child labor in Nigeria. And I was the first person to do that for International Labour Organization. So he said, I want you to be trained so that you can translate your media ideas into women and children issues. And I got excited. So that's how I veered into that area, and I was sent on training as a master trainer in breastfeeding and lactation management. And so I now did documentaries on exclusive breastfeeding, complementary feeding, on nutrition. And it was in course of doing that I got involved with the World Health Organization, and then I now became a master trainer in reproductive health and neonatal child health, and then I did documentaries along those lines as well.
Yeah.
So, but effectively, by 1995, when the women in Nigeria were going for the Beijing conference, I did a documentary on women in development, and that's the first done in this country. It was sponsored by United Nations Fund for Women, and then so the National Council of Women's Societies took that documentary to Beijing conference. So it was aired there. So then I got involved with the United Nations Fund for Population Activities when I did a documentary on adolescent sexuality. And then from then I was part of the adolescent AHI's production of a book on sexuality education in Nigeria,
Okay, yeah.
and then I did a documentary on sexual education in Nigeria. So I have been sort of been a balanced person in terms of trying to. Yes, I'm in the arts, but at the same time, I also understand that there are also a lot of people who are involved in other aspects of life. But also, my interest in the universe as it is grew. I began to read things about astronomy and to understand the galaxy and galaxy television.
Okay. Yeah.
So somehow along the line, it's been interesting. Then I came back to Nollywood. Actually, what took me out of Nollywood was I was angry. I was telling, the leaders then that you need to professionalize. It can't just be an all-commerce place where someone from who's a trader to a jeweler comes in, you give her a role because she's light-skinned or because she's your girlfriend. We need to stop all that. There must be entry point and exit point. People must understand the craft. Then the next stage, I was talking about guilds, like how Hollywood started, and then the guild system helped Hollywood build Hollywood as a brand, build the people, build the professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have guilds, but the guilds also need to develop.
Yeah.
So by the time I came back to Nollywood after 17 years, there was minimal improvement. But I'm glad that probably the last 7 years there have been quite a lot of improvements, though we still have a lot to do with scripting.
Yeah, I think we actually have questions like that.
Generally, that's been my tour of duty.
Yes, okay. All right.
Yes, sir. You talked about how you left Nollywood because you were angry.
Yeah. And
I'm sure some of the reasons, or the main basic reason why you left, is usually or gradually being worked on.
Yes.
Especially as we have new leadership and all that. It's good that you started stuff and people are now taking the right steps in the right direction.
Yes.
Now, what do you feel about, it's still around the same question, what do you feel about women or producers taking people to underscore roles when they are not really fit for them? Like you said, you talked about people being light-skinned, not just because they know how to utilize or because they have their talents, but because they just look beautiful, and then you put them. What do you think about this? Please explain to us in detail how these things run and how you've been able to find ways to revolutionize what Nollywood is all about at the moment.
Well, actually, it's called Quackery. There's Quackery everywhere. There's Quackery medicine, Quackery engineering, Quackery carpentry. So there's Quackery in Nollywood. So when you have an opportunity and your boyfriend gives you 2 million, you look around and bring your girlfriends and people gather together to act. You put up one cut and join story, and then you put it across. You advertise yourselves. That's now professionalism, and it's been worked on. I agree, but it's very slow. It's very slow. We need to up our ante in terms of sifting the industry, allowing professionals to practice. It's not just about how beautiful you are. I can assure you, like I used to tell maybe and go, that your beauty or handsomeness, they're not really assets.
Yeah.
That are very tangible. I tell you, I could put a mask on your face and turn you into an orangutan.
True.
So that you're handsome does not mean anything. I mean, maybe told you I turned her into an old man. She's a lady. She's a young lady. I turned her into an old man, and I told her what to do, and she did well. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, while you're handsome and you're beautiful, they can get you a 40% advantage or mileage. But what you have to do is actually what is going to drive you. Lupita Nyong'o doesn't quite have much going for her in the looks department, but gradually she's turned into, a likable person, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after 12 years a slave, in which she won an Oscar just speaking, 12 lines. But she's a fantastic actress. So you see, she's moving herself up there. It's not, there are miss this, miss that, but they haven't got there. So her talent has got her there. You know. And then if you watch in Hollywood, you don't really have everybody has miss this, miss that. Right? So, but you have very strong characters. And we identify with them in spite of their looks. You know what I'm trying to say?
True.
So we need to work on that so that you can have better representation of Nollywood as actresses, not representation of beautiful faces. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's also something else I'm going to tell you. I don't act, I perform.
Okay.
And there are two different things. I am an actor performing. When you think that you're acting, the tendency is you make mistakes, you overact, underact, because you are conscious of the fact that I'm going to pick up this, I've got to drop it on the. But when you perform, like I saw you both open this program, I was excited. You could see I was really in stitches. It wasn't as if it was written.
Yeah.
This is something you know how to do. So you call it up from the inside. And then somebody watching at home will also get excited and leave the dial. Let me know what they're going to talk about next. It's not, you're not forcing them to listen, to watch. You are drawing their attention subtly. You're gradually coercing them to watch Galaxy TV, to watch WhatsApp. That's what you just did. And it convinced me. I'm sitting down here and I was watching you both and I was very convinced. And you can imagine someone outside who's not really a professional getting excited. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what I'm saying. So when I'm acting, I'm performing. So I'm doing it the way it's natural. So you watch Hollywood movies and you say, is this woman like this? She's just performing. And when she's done and you see her outside, she's a different person.
Yeah, yeah.
She's a different person.
Yes.
You say, but that's not witch. No, she's not witch.
Yeah.
She just drew your attention to what witches do. And that's the essence of performing. So Denzel Washington was actually my mentor. He would say, perform, don't act.
Yeah.
You know, so if we have that at the back of our minds, then people will go and perform, not necessarily showing up your face or your laps or your boobs or your bum, but you actually draw people's attention to that story because you are being used to bring it to life, and that's the greatest thing that can happen to you.
Wow. Yes, we'll be talking with Sir Chris and we'll be learning so many things. You know, it's been long, it's been a while. I sat down to listen to him, so listening to him this morning is like back in the days. Yes, very. Yes, we'll go on this quick break and we'll come back. We'll still have him in the studio to tell you more. And this time we're going to be a little bit more personal to know what he is up to in the industry next. Stay with us. There is no way you can be wrong acting with Sir Chris. That's saying, you know, I don't know really if you observe the calmness from every other actor. Because as much as I know him, if you're acting to Sir Chris, is hey, calm down. Okay, no, this is the best way to do it. If you have a director on set and you have Sir Chris on that set, you know you have to direct those. And your work is going to come out fantastic. He's not going to take the role of the director. He has a way of talking to the director and say, okay, what if you do this, they like this, what if you do this, they like that. And the director will, okay, that's true.
Only legends.
You understand?
It's often said that if someone like this is a lecturer at the university.
Yeah.
Nobody will fill his courses.
Ah, you're very, very correct.
Nobody.
You're very right.
I know that much.
Okay, Sir Chris, you've been working with young people lately.
Yes.
Like, lately we've been seeing you left, right, and center. You have not left the scene. I've been following, I've been seeing your work,
Yes,
you know. So, what do you think that the younger generation, the present day producer, I don't want to say directors, because you're one of the directors right now. What do you think that they're doing right now that is not very correct, or it's not a good image for the Nollywood industry? Something you think they should work on?
That's how they use young people.
Okay.
Yes, if you watch Hollywood movies, they use young people appropriately. But we tend to use young people a little bit wrongly. So because we run away with the intention that people would be excited to watch that. But we're making mistakes because in forming minds, you will have to be very, very conscious of what you're doing. A child will have to crawl before the child runs. But if the child starts running before the child gets to adult stage, the child will still come back to crawling.
Yeah.
And that's the mistake we're making. So you can have a child now say, oh, you pay me 1 million, I will not. And then, but what do you know? You just don't know much. You know, so, and then stories are told around these children that actually celebrate their weaknesses and not their strengths more often than not. So we need to research into that and begin to let them learn as they are growing up.
Yeah.
We tend to forget the fact that they are growing. So we, in our minds, make them adults while they're children. And that's a problem.
Yes. Okay. Yesterday we were with the director and the CEO of the Nigeria Film and Censors Board via Zoom. Anyway, he was with us and he was talking about. Already, actually asked him a very important question concerning the sins of ritual killings and all that. Yes, I know right now they are working, according to him, they're working seriously on how to censor those kind of sins in movies. But producers, directors still go behind after approval, after those work has been approved, they go back and add those kind of sins to the movie. Now the question is this. Is the AGN doing anything? First of all, when this notification was brought out by the Nigeria Film and the Video Censors Board, people were calling him out that they want to arrest us, kit makers, they want to, so many things went on before they published a disclaimer. Right now, what is the AGN on their own part now? What are they doing to cut down on all the sins, ritual sins, money making, smoking, drinking, alcohol? What is the AGN doing about it?
Well, I'm glad to be there himself, so he knows some things that are going on. Yeah. There's self-censorship, even in the media. So you try to caution yourself. You try to tell yourself, okay, this is not the way to go. It's happening now. But I also want to caution the Film and Video Censors Board not to stifle creativity. You see, when you talk about bloodletting, talk about rituals, they're in the society. We experience them.
They happen every day.
They happen every day. So why would you deny that? But my problem is in the way it's presented.
Exactly.
That's where the art comes in. See, an actor or writer or director is not a doctor. You don't prescribe medication. Just like a doctor prescribes medication, but a doctor doesn't administer the medication. It is the pharmacist that administers the medication.
True.
The pharmacist doesn't prescribe medication, but the pharmacist knows about how the drugs are produced. So what we tell the society is ritual killing is bad. That's what we're saying. So if you dismember people and take their parts and we see it on the news, that's reality. So when we're presenting it now, we're not going to show you when those organs were harvested. We'll then show you those organs have been harvested. So you are also aware of the sensibilities of people. So that's very important. So how you do that is important. How you tell your story is important. Okay, if you watch Hollywood now, there are tales of what happened in the past. They bring it to bear, bring it to the fore. You see, scenes where axe is used to hack someone to bits. How do they do it? You see bits where swords are used. You understand? This was what happened in 17th, 18th centuries in European societies. But that's true. It did happen.
True.
But it also happened here. But it is how you present it. That's what makes you an artist. That's what makes you a professional. That's what makes you a talented person. But if it's so raw, then it becomes news and not art. So news is immediacy.
Yeah.
This is it. But when we are telling the story, when I tell you this is how it happened, you understand? And you've got to understand this art. That's my problem. Nollywood writers are not actually impressing me because they don't do enough research. They don't have enough sensibilities. They don't have enough understanding. They don't walk about the society. I take buses at times. I take keke at times. I walk at times. As an actor, I mimic people. So I need to see people. So I get across to people. And they at times they don't know who I am. At times they know who I am. But I'm watching what you're doing. So when I translate that into my art, it becomes a performance and not an act.
Yeah.
Right. I'm loving this interview, and it's so invigorating. Now, this brings me to a very beautiful question.
Yeah.
You've been in the industry for a very long time with production, with acting, so many things. All-round legend, a quintessential work of art, if you ask me.
Thank you.
Now, we want to talk about the sexual part of Nollywood. This is something that happens all the time, and not a lot of people back there understand how it's being done. Have you ever, when you come to sexual assaults, have you ever been, for men it's sexual assault, when it comes to women it's either rape or something else, because under the laws of the Federation of Nigeria, no woman can rape a man. So the question is, have you ever been assaulted sexually, or have you seen it happen in Nollywood, or is this still a common practice? Because we've had some Nollywood actresses come here and say at some point they were approached by the producer and director. Some said they got scripts to come up to the room and hotel and all that. Please shed more light.
Yeah, but it's true. But I also want to tell you that in other professions it's also obtainable.
Yeah.
Within the medical profession, whether in soldiering, that's defense, whether it's in politics, whether it's in broadcasting,
Yeah.
You have all that. But because we're in the public glare,
Yes.
so whatever we do is sin. But yes, there is sexual harassment. It's there. There's a so-called casting couch that is there. What you call sexual gratification. But it's also there in the ministry when you go to get a contract and the man wants to have sex with you, the woman wants to have sex with you. Yes, it's there. Have I been molested? Of course, there are homosexuals outside the society who want to poke my back. But I politely say, well, my brother, can we discuss this, effectively? And then you have a way of wriggling out of such situations. Of course, I have been. But I tell you, and let me say it now, anybody that seeks for gratification of any kind from somebody else is a quack. If you were a professional, I don't need to sleep with a maybe to tell her to do something. But when you have consensual sex, that's
different.
That's okay. That's your business. You went to market, you bought rotten meat, it's your business.
True.
But when you forcefully want to penetrate another human being, you need to be locked up in the maximum security jail or thrown into crocodile-infested water. That's the way it works.
So Chris, thank you for that. I think that's a beautiful one. That person should be thrown into the crocodile-infested water. You know what that means? You are dead. All right, so Chris, in 2 minutes, a word of advice for the young ones coming up next, and your social media handle.
Oh, well, one, it's very important that you learn your art.
Yeah.
It's very important that you understand your art. Even God himself that made the world understood his art. That's why he's not been imitated.
Yeah.
Lucifer has been trying to imitate God but hasn't succeeded.
Yeah, you'll never succeed.
And will never succeed. So understand your art. Don't be too much in a hurry to make money and to make fame. That's why they use you. So they take you to parties, the politicians or business people, and they sleep with you and come out. They're, oh, I want to produce, give me 2 million. You go around to produce. You're wasting your time. Ask yourself, in the next 5 years, what would I become? Who am I? Who am I going to be? That's very important. All right. Then 3, very important. Remember your God. There is no gainsaying the fact that there is God, and it is God that tells you what to do. Everything I know, everything I am is from God. I am nobody. God can take away everything I have in seconds.
Yes.
So I love my God. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
My social media handle, Instagram, is Awarandu-Sir. Awarandu is spelled A-K-W-A-R-A-N-D-U. Awarandu. Sir, because I'm a knight. I've been a knight since 2003, 5th July, from the major seminary at Ibadan. And then Sir Chris, Awarandu-Sir Chris. Chris, C-H-R-I-S, that's it. But Awarandu, A-K-W-A-R-A-N-D-U, Sir Chris.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's actually the only prefix I put.
Okay.
You don't know I have a PhD.
No.
But that's not important.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Chris Awarandu, for coming on the show today. We are super excited, and I know our viewing audience have learned a whole lot from you this morning. We'll go on this quick break, and we'll come back with celebrity gist. Quickly, stay with us. 2 billion streams in UK. A very big congratulations to him, because this guy has been doing us well. He's been representing Nigeria well in the industry. It is not easy to get to that point, being the first, to hit 2 billion. Orally, that is not a joke.
That's huge.
2 billion streams in the United Kingdom, not even in Nigeria. So a big congratulations to him. Second story, so we move.
Popular Nollywood actor Kunle Remi has responded to a critic who advised him against posting his wife Tiwi on social media. The early hours of July 16th.
Yeah.
He actually, that's Kunle Remi, posted his wife singing, sharing her with songs and singing, dancing, and the whole. The video raked tons of reactions from his followers, and one particularly said, that go keep your fine gentle wife now, no let this bitter cola way through social media reason your matter. And then he came out to say, hey, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. I think that is just it. Yes, thank you for joining us today, Orally. Yes, follow me on Instagram at official_Orally. That's AURALWE. 3/4 mind the business that concerns you. Do not ever turn off someone else's light bulb because you want yours to shine the brightest. every day above 6 feet is a good day. See you tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow 10 a.m. we'll be back here to give you more interesting stories from the entertainment industry. And coming up next is the Women's Corner with Blossom. Yes, my name is Omevidolo across our social media platform, OMEVIIDOLOR. I'll come your way tomorrow by the grace of God. Remember, we love you, but you should love yourself more.